All right, so let's maybe do a quick recap. So last time, right, we did a little bit of mock data generation, and we were able to generate like the relationships. Um, and then there was an interesting suggestion from a viewer that maybe we should just ask Minstrel how to do the prompts and how to generate the relationships. Um, so today we were thinking about doing that today, but the other news um, of the day is that we were using Minstrel Next, and that might have just been like a code name, because now there isn't the Minstrel Next anymore. Now it's just Minstrel Large. So I think they were just doing sort of beta testing, and we were probably helping out in, I mean, probably a little bit at least. So I think that's what's going on. They have this, and I also noticed that in LMSys they also have other models like GPT-4. So I don't know if we want to do like large versus medium or like Minstrel Large versus like GPT-4.
Mhm.
Do you have any? We could also do it against
Yeah,
other ones as well.
yeah, I guess maybe we should try, right? Like, let's see. Uh,
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know what the naming conventions were for these, but I think these are just like the preview one, so it's not the current one.
oh, okay.
But I mean, it's probably the preview. I mean, we were playing with Minstrel next, right? Now it's basically the preview version, so I don't think this one's like gonna be all that different, but we can give it a try, um, and we can see how that goes.
Mm.
Anyways, okay, so in order to ask an LLM like how to write a prompt, maybe we should maybe try some of the just see if it will even do that. Let's change the token limit and then just ask it like, uh, can you help me write uh, better prompts for an LLM? Just to see
Mm.
what it would say. I don't know how
Yeah.
much. Okay.
Uh, Tips.
Okay, so
Okay.
so oddly enough, like it knows how to do that, right? Which is kind of a yeah.
Mhm.
Look, like
Okay.
GPT, it even
Yeah.
references itself. So wait, yeah, Model
Uh,
B is GPT-4, so it even references itself. So it's kind of funny.
mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and it gives you some examples. Wow. So
Mhm.
GPT-4 gives you examples.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So let's say okay. Um, all right. So I want to use an LLM to generate data for testing my apps. The data should have okay. Uh, it is people data, and the people should be related in some way. Let's just keep it vague. Uh,
Yeah.
let's just see what it can do. Help me write a prompt for this task. Oh,
Mhm.
I should probably save my prompts. I forgot to do that. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Oh, okay. So it's actually really fast. It's doing a lot of writing.
Mhm.
Okay. So here's an
Yeah.
example. Generate a list of 20 fictional people with the following details. Okay. Should be related such as members or
Groups.
being part of the same social group. Please ensure that the relationships are diverse. Occupations are varied. Okay, so now it tells me about the prompt. Okay. GPT-4. Oh, GPT-4 says this. Look, you even put it into like a little code block. It says I'm developing an
Yeah.
application that requires testing with data. And it tells me which one. Gives me examples of relationships that's going to use. It's occupation. This is a much better prompt, I think.
Yeah, for clarity, please individual A, relationship type. Wait, sorry, relationship to who? Whom?
So
Like,
relationship type is it doesn't say for whom, right? It just
uh,
says relationship. That's in the prompt at least, right? So I don't know if this is enough for it to do that, right? Because it
yeah.
does say here, family one, individual A, individual B, and then it says relationship type, but then over here it has relationship to individual A and others.
Oh, okay.
So it put that into the format, the data.
Uh-huh. Oh, interesting. Okay.
So this is an interesting, since I could just easily copy this, I'm gonna just copy
Yeah.
this down here for now, right? And maybe should we clear context?
Uh,
Like
uh,
like clear the history and then ask each one with this prompt?
sure.
Yeah. Oh wait, what, do you want to vote first? Which one did it give? I
Oh,
feel like
P.
yeah, right. It's definitely a lot, like pretty significantly better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's clear. All right. Tokens is still the same. And let's paste in the prompt that GPT-4 gave us. Okay, so this is the prompt that we gave to Minstrel Large. It has no problem. Let's see. So it produces the family member. Okay, so
Sorry, so
everybody is a relationship to the first one,
A.
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so B, C,
Yeah. So everybody
D.
has a relationship. What? Why is this NA? Okay.
No occupant, no occupation.
Oh, no occupation. Oh,
You're
yes, of
child,
course.
five.
It's a 5-year-old. Sorry, I didn't see
Job.
that. Okay, which makes
Mhm.
sense. Which makes sense. So that's good, right? So the Doe family is pretty complete here,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, so okay. Okay, parent. So A, so it's not strictly true. So that parent, A is the parent, and then the spouse, I assume is the, and then grandchild. So it wouldn't be granddad, right? Or like, but I think we
Right.
get
So I think it's the relationship to the parent A, because that's what's in the
who's the
prompt,
parent.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Relationship to individual A is in the prompt,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So that's pretty good. I think uh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like the ethnic in here, like
yeah, and the individual E, right? I mean, so traditionally you would think that so Michael Doe being male would carry the last name, and so therefore the grandchild also lives in San Francisco and not in Chicago, because if Emily had a child, maybe Emily would have the married name. So
mm-hmm.
so that's interesting. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
let's look
interesting. Yeah.
right. Family two. Oh look, they got a UK. We didn't specify which place, so that's good. They have parent,
Ethnic
spouse,
as well. Yeah.
ethnic, yeah.
Uh,
So that's good. Okay. Oh, and we have we got one in Spain.
oh, Spain. Oh, Rodriguez. What?
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Japan, Tanaka. Oh,
Right. So they're from Madrid, and then the kids are in Barcelona, right? And then the high school.
yeah.
This is great because look, so Anna is a college student, so therefore is no longer in their hometown of Madrid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Pedro is a high school student and is still in the hometown, which makes sense,
Yeah. Oh wow, we
right?
were really reading into this, like
Yeah.
Hi, it was sold.
All right. All right. Oh, and we got one from Japan. Oh wait, did the prompt say anything about different locations, or did they just it just did that?
I like variety, I think. Wait, did it? Wait, no, that was like mixed.
Well, it did say ensure diverse relationships and scenarios are represented.
Oh, city,
What?
county,
Right,
only one.
but we never nothing here specifies different
Yeah.
countries,
Yeah.
right? The prompt didn't specify. I mean, it says oh, I guess it specifies country, but it doesn't specify that it has to be diverse countries.
Yeah, no
Unless you take this, uh,
scenarios.
unless you take this to sort of mean diverse countries as well. So, anyways, I find it interesting, right? That it's choosing different countries, and then for
Mm-hmm.
each country, it chooses things that are likely, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
chooses a Japanese name, right? Obviously, uh, yeah, and then in this scenario, the child is older and therefore no longer lives in Tokyo,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah.
interesting, right?
College student. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, and then we got somebody in Sydney in Australia. It's just two people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a single
Mm-hmm.
parent. Look, it even
Single
says
parent.
single parent.
Single
not
parent.
just not just
Yeah.
parent. It's a single parent.
Very. Yeah.
So, and look, and then we have Canada. So we got some
Mm-hmm.
representation. We have New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
We got South Africa. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is, and then was it actually 10? I forget to check the prompt. Was the prompt
10. 10 here. Yeah.
at least 10 families?
10
Okay.
at least. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. And then we got one in Germany. So, wow,
Hmm.
that's pretty good. Let's take a
Yeah.
look at what
Yeah.
GPT-4 generated. Okay, so here you go. So they also did, they got somebody from the UK. Oh,
Mhm.
look, it's specified
Mhm.
that Elizabeth Smith, child of A and B,
Yeah.
right? And then this one, spouse to individual C. So it actually specified the relationship. So it's
Wow.
not
Yeah.
just the relationship to A anymore. It actually specifies the relationship.
Oh, so it's not really strictly sticking to our prompt, like A, right?
Yeah. Let me just
It's
double
it
check.
actually goes.
Yeah.
Wait, is that okay?
So the prompt says relationship to individual A
Oh, and
and
or
or
others.
others.
I
Yeah,
see. I
whereas
see.
so Minstrel Large stuck to individual A,
Yeah.
whereas GPT-4 gave the others. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I would give GPT-4 a little extra for
But
that.
yeah. Well,
Extra credit.
right. Yeah. Extra credit. Oh, C and D.
Yeah. Okay. So this is really good.
Yeah. So it no longer has that parent child thing. It just does the child of
Well,
very
I
specific.
think that was Minstrel Medium that did that, right? That
Yeah, grandchild.
the incorrect relationship was from Minstrel Medium,
Uh-huh.
right? Okay, let's
Oh,
see. So
sorry,
we
it's grandchild. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
let's continue looking. All right, so this one formatted to. Okay, so now we're in Mexico. I think everything else here looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I even one from Kenya. It's a new country.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mohammed is a common last name in Kenya, but well, I'll take its word for it. We
No.
got one in China. Okay. All
Mhm.
right. So Zhang is a common last name,
Mhm.
but ha, let's see. Would you give it a point off for this? So in Chinese culture, the female would generally not keep the last name or not change their last name.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
spouse would most likely have a different last name,
Yeah.
right?
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's so small. I mean, dang, it's such a big name.
it is right. You could have just you could have found somebody with the same last name. It's definitely
Dang, it's
possible.
so large. Yeah.
Definitely possible. But if
Yeah,
you notice
yeah.
the pattern, nobody here kept or nobody here has a different last name when they got married.
Kept their maiden names, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody kept their maiden names, right? Not even. Oh, what about the Japanese scenario? Because in Japan they don't keep
I
they don't change their names either, right?
I think they do. I think they change their names, like traditionally.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they do. Yeah.
Okay.
I think, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I only know one Japanese person indirectly. I know one American that married a Japanese woman, so like that doesn't count. It
Mhm,
doesn't.
mhm.
But yeah, I don't know what it would be. Huh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. So we have oh, I think I skipped some. No. This was I'm sorry. I got to go back to GPT-4. Okay.
GPT.
So we were at China. Yeah, I think all of these make sense.
Mhm.
Oh, this is
Adopted by
great.
A. Do you see
Huh?
that? Yeah. Adopted by A. Chloe
Uh
Adams.
Wait, which one are we at? Oh no. Sorry. I was still
Family
looking
Ties.
at
What's your still Zane?
at
The Zane
China
from
because look, this person is in America and their parents are in China.
Oh yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
The child is in USA. The other child
The
is
yeah.
in Germany.
Yeah,
My
and
classmate.
then check this out. Lina, like Lena is not a Chinese name.
Oh yeah.
Right? So like so yeah, it's or not a traditional it's not a yeah. I don't know if
Yeah,
Lena
yeah.
is a German name. So like did they pick a German name for their child? So that's
Mhm.
interesting. Okay, sorry, what were you
Yeah.
looking at? Chloe Adams?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay, so
adopted
this was a child but
by A.
adopted.
Yeah.
Adopted by instead of just
Mhm.
a yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Something new.
Mhm.
Rachel Green from New York.
Cool.
Okay.
Single. The relationships. Oh yeah, relationship is single.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
thing.
one's simple. We got
Yeah.
Italy. I can't pronounce this, but it might be Italian, right?
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Oh, look. This person has a different last name.
Bianchi. Oh, Rosie. Rossi.
Who's the
Rossi.
spouse to C. So I don't know if
Mm.
in Italy if they changed their last name or not, but this is a scenario where they kept their maiden name.
Hmm.
So I guess it could.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess it could do that, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. What else? Oh, so we have another Japanese example. I don't see anything too different in this one.
Hmm.
We have the German example, and they got the accent on Mueller.
Hmm.
So that's great.
Yes.
Although
Yeah.
is Thomas a common? I don't know. I
Oh
don't know if
no.
Thomas is a common name
Oh.
in I know a Julia who's German, so I'll give him that. uh, but yeah, okay. I can't really speak for anything else, but what about this one? Ethiopia. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Addis Ababa. Arabic.
Yeah, and
Okay.
these
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if
Kenya.
these
Yeah,
names
gas
are
country.
correct, but they could be.
Yeah. It covers a broad spectrum of family structures. Okay.
Wow, okay. So GPT-4 can write a really good prompt, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like right? Like it's we started out very small and it gave us a lot of things to do in the prompt.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, but okay, but anyways, comparing the outputs though, do you still think GPT-4 is a little bit better?
Oh.
So both were
Sorry.
able to give all the relationships or the all the data. I think the only difference is that GPT-4 was able to give the different kinds of relationships.
Yeah. Wait, sorry. No. Also, GPT is like the very specific, right? Like a child of C and D or something like that.
Yeah. That's what I meant, right? It
Yeah.
was able to give the type of the relationship, right? Like
Oh,
who.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's better, especially grandchild is not specific to like whose child is it, right? So it's hard to say. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the only real big difference, though. I think everything other than the last name, right? So there was that one last name scenario.
Mm-hmm.
It gave equally diverse like countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And respective, roughly, names that would correspond with the countries. So yeah, but I think GPT-4 is just a little bit better at
Mm-hmm.
this. But still,
Mm-hmm.
but Minstrel Large was still pretty good at it,
Pretty
right?
good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was still pretty good. Too bad there isn't like oh they're both really good, but B is just slightly better.
Yeah.
We have to say B
Yeah.
is just better in this scenario.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
okay, so that was pretty good for just a small prompt. Should we try to tweak our initial prompt and see if it will generate an even better prompt for us?
Uh-huh. Yeah. You mean make it more elaborate or?
No, no, okay, so we gave GPT this prompt, right? This simple sentence. I want to use LLM to generate data for testing my apps. It's people data. People should, be willing to somebody write a prompt for this task. So this
Mm-hmm.
this prompt is really short and very general.
Mm-hmm.
Should we add more to this prompt and then try it again?
Oh, I see. I
Do, do,
see.
do you know what I mean? Right. So
Yeah. Well, what do we want to improve, I guess, right? Um,
so I was maybe say help me write a prompt that will output JSON objects for my unit tests.
mhm.
Right. Is there anything else we want to be more specific about?
Mm. I mean, if we want to be very explicit, we could say one JSON per person. Or
Hmm. Do we do we want to be more specific about that, or do we want to see if no, because remember this is the prompt that will write the prompt, right? So it's like twofold, right? Like can we like how generic can we make this prompt so that it can still write a good prompt later? Do you know what I mean?
uh-huh. Oh, I see. So you don't think we'll actually just manually tweak it? Is that
Well,
right?
no, we
Like,
could, but I figure since it's
but
it's
you're
kind of
trying to
it's kind of
see.
fun to just start out something really generic, see if
Okay,
it
okay.
creates this, and because you can always tweak this prompt,
Yeah, yeah.
right? If you want something more specific, but I just wanted to make this small tweak here to see if it would make any. So one, if it will do anything with the JSON, and then two, sort of what you mentioned, will it specify that then every
Oh,
person
I
should be an
see.
object because that is a
Yeah,
logical conclusion,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
like, will
Okay.
it will it sort of jump to that conclusion?
Mm-hmm. Just not presenting like each
Okay, so
person
it
should look
actually
on.
wrote a JSON. So
Oh,
this
wow,
is
address. Yeah.
this is
This
actually
watch.
really long. So I need to copy this and paste it somewhere else because we can't read it.
Is that GPT or
This is
Mistral?
Minstrel.
Mistral, okay.
So Minstrel says generate JSON objects representing related people. Each person should have the following names or following properties. Relation fields should describe how the person relates to the first person in the list. Ah, okay. Okay. Here's an example of how the data should be formatted. Okay, so this is the prompt that Mistral Large provided for us.
Mhm. I like it.
You
Yeah.
like it? Okay, so let's see what. Oh wow, it provided a lot. You want to craft a prompt that clearly outlines the structure, type of data, and relationship you're interested in. Okay, we'll provide a template for the prompt, how you might want to use it to generate JSON objects. Okay, so yeah, I need to copy this. This is also large. All right, so
How
GPT-4 says generate number of entries, JSON objects representing people. Should have first name, last name, age, relationship. At least one other person. Data to ensure the relationships form a coherent family or social structure. The data should include these. Describe the relation to another individual in the data set for siblings. Format the output as a JSON array.
I see, I see. So this one didn't have address, right? Because we didn't ask it
We
to.
never asked it earlier either.
We,
So,
oh, so make sure just assume we want address.
hold on, let's double check.
What's our original?
We
Or
just said that
what
it's
do you?
people data and that they're related. So we never said, told it to assume that there's an address, even in the first instance. But that's why we wanted to try this out, right? Like we wanted to see, like, okay, even though we didn't ask, the LLM to generate a prompt to ask for addresses, will it still ask for an address? And it did.
Mhm.
Um,
It means not GPT. Yeah.
well, no, well, GPT is not done yet because it has another one. So it has
Oh,
this is the template for generating people data, but now it has an example prompt. So here's an example prompt.
oh, it's an example prompt. Okay.
Yeah. And oh no 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 wait. This is it trying to. This is really kind of interesting. Okay, so it told us what to do it, how to do it, right? And then it gave us the prompt that you should use, and then it gave us the output that prompt would generate.
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. And then it actually just jumped to it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's an example of example output. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I think in this scenario, I like this prompt. I like the Mistral Large prompt better than the GPT-4 prompt.
Same. Yeah, this is what I would expect
Yeah,
to have.
so let's vote that A is better, and then let's try the Minstrel prompt on both of them and see how that goes. Clear the history.
Yeah, okay. So we reworded a bit, right? Because the first prompt generation we like GPT better.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I guess after rewarding it, we like Minstrel better. Okay.
Yeah, and it could just be a generation thing, right? If
Mm-hmm.
we were to regenerate it, I think maybe we would find the other ones better. Okay, but let's see how this does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so given that prompt, hold on, let me find some more space. Okay, so it creates a JSON object, so that's good, right? It has a relation to itself. So we got John Doe, Jane Doe. They're the spouse. They live in the same address, same city, state. Jim Doe is the father. Is the father older? Okay, father is older. That's good. Lives in Chicago, Illinois, and not Springfield. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is the mother lives in the same
Well,
place? Okay.
this example.
All right. There you go.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's see what GPT-4 does. So GPT-4 also does the John Doe. Also, wait, what?
Oh, huh?
Also in Springfield?
Wait, did we paste it? How come? Why did it? Uh. Oh wait.
Because
So we
that's
pasted the minstrel prompt. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and that's why because I just copied the example that
The
was
the
given.
the the Zhang Dou. Yeah. We gave it an example. It's just like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Okay, but they made Jill Doe, so they made a daughter. This one. So GPT-4 did a daughter that's younger and a son that's also that's older. Same town. Made a father, also in the same town, but different street address. Same thing with the mother. Okay.
Does
So
it
yeah,
seem less creative to you now we've asking it to get it to JSON? Like,
yeah, right. It does. It does. I feel like we made a bad
degradation.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we shouldn't be more specific. Like that's why I was kind of wondering. Like, should we be less specific, or like less, or nah, what would be the way to describe it? Like, do we want to make it more open ended and like let it
Oh, you
decide
could
more
say
things?
I suppose you can prompt it like, okay, like, just like write it out like how we did like originally. And then the second and then step two is like parse it into JSON. Like step one, be creative and do all this like random stuff, right? And then step two,
Well,
translate it.
well,
Like,
but there's also we can also increase the temperature if we want it to be more creative,
okay,
right? So like,
it just seems that way, right? It just seemed like it lost
yeah,
lost
yeah.
both
Let's
on
let's
both
re
models.
yeah. Both models were just less creative, right?
Mhm.
But it also could be the prompt, right? Hold on, let's take a look at the prompt again while it's regenerating it. So the prompt here, this was the prompt, right? So the prompt here is very specific, right? It's very specific. The prompt is, and it says like, this is exactly what you have to do. So so yeah, I mean maybe that's why, right?
Yeah. You think it's the example. So if we put no, it may go free? I don't know.
Oh, you mean the like the values?
Yeah. Do you think it was sorry, I thought you were referring to that, like,
Well,
um
so yes, there's that. Like, there's already John Doe, so it's just gonna keep using John Doe. But
mhm,
also, the like this part of the prompt where it says you need to have name, address, relationship, um, is very specific. Whereas in the first prompt, right, it was like yes, it did say what you needed, but it also added things like ensure you have ten families, include 3 generations, right?
Oh, I
Like
see.
it wrote prompt like it wrote additional prompting to like make it more
Diverse.
interesting,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it says things like contains mixed married and extended family scenarios. Like it intentionally wrote this, right? Even though we did not ask it to.
So, I mean, it seems like we could test it out to see if we add that stipulation, if it, you know, spice up the output.
Yeah, well, let's take a look to see if changing the
Prompt.
temperature did anything. Doesn't look like it did. No.
June Doe.
Huh?
Jack Doe. Everybody's going Doe.
Well, again, that's what the example was, right? So changing
Yeah.
the temperature did not make this any more interesting. Yeah, so that's what I was saying is like maybe like even though we like this prompt better than the other one, this prompt itself was just really
Didn't
like
create
just
good results. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Not
it was just very specific and it didn't include things. Um, it didn't include this section.
if we add this section, do you think it'll achieve that?
Possibly like just this section, right?
Yeah, just add it to that. I just don't know if it's like a JSON thing or it's a example thing. Probably more like the example. So I don't know if making them null would help. Yeah.
Well,
But
there's also this other prompt from GPT-4 we didn't try,
oh, okay. Oh,
right?
sure, sure. Let's do that. Yeah.
Do you want to vote?
Oh, nah, both are bad. Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. That's
That's fine.
fine.
It's fine.
Fine. Yeah.
Let's see what the if the other. Oh no.
Uh, okay, okay. Well, I don't know.
Oh, GPT-4, you failed me. All right.
Hmm. Oh, but
Sh-
minstrels, yeah.
Minstrel says we'll do five. Okay, so we have John Doe, partner of Jane Doe, and then we have Jane Doe. Yep.
Yeah.
Child of Jane Doe and John Doe. Yep. Oh, look, and it has sibling. So it got that right. And then it has partner of Emily. Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
Why is it
So
Doe?
you create
Why?
oh yeah, it's on dough again, right?
Hmm.
Although there's no example saying dough. Is that right?
Yeah.
In that prompt.
No, 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 it does. This
It
prompt
does?
does, right?
Oh,
Oh no, you're right. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have
doesn't it
Doe. So
make
why did it choose Doe again? Hmm. Yeah. But interesting enough, GPT-4
doesn't
didn't do
like it?
it. It,
Yeah.
it. It's like you seems like you haven't specified the value for this,
Please provide.
which is like kind of upsetting that it just yeah, that it just didn't want to do it.
It doesn't want to answer to its own, answer its own question. But makes real
I don't
did.
know. I will. I'll give it a pass on this one, and we'll retry this. Maybe I'll still vote A is better, but maybe we'll regenerate this with the five and see if it will generate five JSON objects. Hey, it does Smith, not Doe.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hey, look, and it chose a different last name for the partner.
Okay.
And let's take a
Uh,
look to see if. So yeah, they also chose Doe, and they also did a different. Oh, and they
last
did
name.
Aunt,
Aunt, yeah. Sister of
and this Aunt
Jane.
has a different name. Huh.
Okay.
So both of them are capable of having a different family member.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a tie almost, right?
I would say.
Ah, okay. But yeah, but I guess what's interesting here is that like it is able to yeah, so like I guess wait, hold on. We didn't actually try the one thing we said we were gonna try. So we said let's take this prompt,
Oh
right?
yeah, to the JSON prompt.
And
Yeah.
add it to here.
Oh, I was going to add. Oh, I was thinking about the JSON. But sure, sure.
Well, this one also says format the output as a JSON array.
Oh, okay, okay. Because this one is somewhat creative, right? It's more creative than the last one, but that's probably because of the values. Uh,
Right, well, it's more creative because it doesn't have an explicit example and says, okay,
example.
use
Okay.
John Doe,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's why I feel like I sometimes go back and forth on like, should you actually give it an example when you
Example.
just want the format,
Uh-huh. Maybe not. It's
right?
just,
Yeah, that seems to be a problem where like if you want something to be formatted in some way, you can't give it actual like example
value.
data in like the
Yeah.
formatting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
something for us to note when we do sort of more mock data generation, right? So you just gotta know that like your mock data generation prompt can't have any data in it. Otherwise, then it's just gonna use the same thing. Okay,
Yeah.
let's take a look at Minstrel Large. Okay, so it has John
New
Doe,
York.
Jane Doe, daughter, to Robert Smith. Hold on. Oh, okay, so Jane is the daughter of John and a partner to Robert. Okay, that's that's different and that's good. And then Emma is the daughter of these two. Okay, that's good. And Mary Johnson is the sister of John Doe, who is the first one,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
65. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This
Yeah.
is more this is pretty diverse. So that's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it represents three generations of a family. Yep.
California. Okay, so trying to do this.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Okay, let's see what GPT-4 can give us. Uh That's bullshit. Okay. Uh,
The limits of this format, however, I can certainly show you. What is that? You extend constellation.
I feel like that's so I don't know why. I don't like this. I don't like this excuse. Right? Like
Oh,
GPT-4 is just coming up with some excuse for not wanting to do the full task.
yeah. They
Anyway,
apologize first. Yeah.
it does it.
I don't
When
know.
it doesn't. It
Given
doesn't
the
apologize.
constraint.
It didn't even apologize. I don't know what apology you read. Okay, all right. So here's the five JSON objects. So and at least so I got Emily Johnson, spouse is Michael Johnson, got children Sophia and Liam, and then parent Patricia. Okay. And here's Michael. Spouse is Emily, correct. All right. And the two children. And then you have Sophia Johnson. Here are the parents and the sibling and a grandparent. Okay. And the same thing for Liam. And then Patricia is the grandparent to. Okay, yeah, no, this is good.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a different structure, but it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it got the relationships all correct, right? And it's like,
Mhm. Right.
and it has the multiple, like the multiple values
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't like the fact that it tried to give me excuses
Mhm. Yeah.
because, well,
Much.
actually, come
Yeah.
to think of it, this one didn't give me 10 families either. The prompt says represents at least 10 different families.
Oh.
Oh, oh no, that's my bad. So this says five JSON objects, but this says 10 different families.
Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha.
That's my bad.
So
That's my
that's why
bad.
yeah, that's why it's saying
Hold on
that,
a
I
second.
guess.
Okay. How do I change this? Okay, let's delete this. Okay. I think it's just I just
And families.
but do
Yeah.
we want to vote on this one?
Uh, I uh I think actually honestly, like both are fine.
Yeah, we'll give them a tie.
Yeah.
All right, let's clear history and let's retry this prompt because yeah, I didn't realize there was two instances to try and tell it how many objects to create. Okay. All right. Oh, is it actually gonna do? Oh wow, it
Oh,
actually might. It might create 10
my,
families.
oh my gosh.
All right. All
Too
right.
much
So we got John
performance.
Doe again.
Mhm.
John and Jane. Okay. Yeah, Alice Doe, daughter of John and Jane. Okay. And they are all in New York. We got Bob Doe.
So,
Okay.
I'm Jane, brother of Alice.
Well, but then why isn't Alice? sister to Bob. Miss.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so now we have Charlie Smith. I guess this is a different family now, right? Husband to Linda, right? Wife to Charlie. Okay. And then we have David's an artist, son of Charlie and Linda. Okay. All right. So it didn't create 10 families, but it did create two.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then it did miss.
Daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
The comment here in the chat: the relationship values are not that structured. Yeah, it's not that structured. But let's see what GPT-4 can do. Well, GPT-4
mm,
actually did a lot. So we have John Doe, husband of Jane Doe, father of Alice Doe, and Bob Doe. Oh, okay. So the GPT-4 has some interesting relationships here.
Alice.
So we have John and Jane, and then we have Alice, right? Daughter of John and Jane, sister, and then it has sister Bob Doe. Okay, there. And so GPT-4 was able to do the sibling relationship,
Mhm.
or at least explain it. So here's Bob Doe. That makes sense. And then Emily Smith is a different person, or sorry, different family in the
Mhm.
UK. Okay. And I think every the other relationships here are probably okay as well. Oh, and it
Mhm.
has a third family. So we have a Spanish family.
Mhm. Grandmother of Sophia.
Yeah. And I'm gonna skip this a little bit, and then we got one in Sydney. Okay.
Mhm.
So is this four? Yeah, it's four.
Yeah.
We have one in India. That's five. Okay, so they only provided five families. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think GPT-4 is slightly better in this scenario then.
Yeah, for the completeness. Right?
Yeah, well, but also just like providing more relationships, providing more diversity, because that was one of the
Yes.
things in the prompt, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Let's give GPT this one.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't give
okay.
me dough anymore. Yeah, the dough.
Yeah, yeah. So, for folks that might have missed this, so what we were doing is we gave the LLM a very generic prompt, and then we asked it to write a better prompt. So when it wrote the better prompt, so for example, this is the first prompt that we asked it, right? Um, just want to use the LM, write me a prompt that will output JSON objects from my unit tests, right? So like it's very generic, not very specific, right? And then it outputted a better prompt, and in its prompt, it did talk about relationships, but in its prompt, it didn't specify how to structure the relationship values. So that's why it wasn't very structured. Um, so I think it's probably because of this line,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have relationship, describe the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why it's not not very structured.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. Feel like in production we could always tweak it a little bit to make it more structured. Yeah.
yeah, well, I mean, but I guess so. My biggest takeaway from this is that um, when we have a new task, we probably should just first ask the LLM how to write the prompt. Because
Oh.
it gives us all of this to work with, and then we can copy and paste this as we want. You know what I mean?
Oh. Uh-huh. Oh, you mean when we're experimenting or in production?
No, 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 no. When we're experimenting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So when
yeah.
we are experimenting and we want to come up with a better prompt, like it actually is a good idea to like to ask the LLM like how to write a better prompt. Like that's
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting, right?
Uh-huh.
Like when we want to write a better prompt, we just ask it, how do I write a better
Yeah.
prompt? Actually, we
Yeah.
can also do this. Here, let me do this. Hold on. All right. Here is my prompt to for an LLM. Please help me improve improve this prompt. Let's just see what it will do. We got a comment. We can probably write a program that asks LM to write multiple prompts, score, and auto select the best prompt. It's like auto prompt optimization. Exactly, right? Like we probably could do something like that. Um,
Hmm. So we have to know how to score it though.
no, we ask it to score it.
Oh, I see.
It's like you know how in like traditional machine learning problems you're like, oh, I don't have an optimization function, and it's like we don't have that problem anymore with LLMs.
Yeah,
It's like you don't need
yeah.
an optimization function.
Let it, yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
How to yeah, I know.
Anyways, okay, so here's its improved like version of it. Uh, so this is hold on. This is Minstrel, right? Okay, so Minstrel. Where each person is represented JSON objects should include the following properties. Okay, so it just outlines more stuff. Oh,
More
here you
specific.
go. So it does outline relationship as well as the relationship type and relation to. So
Hmm.
it provided more clarity, right? So this is something that was brought up is like the relationship values aren't very structured.
Hmm.
Please ensure the data meets these criterias.
This is about the
So that's the
same.
same. So I think the only difference is the this one.
Yeah, it suggests like the structure, right?
Yeah, it knew that relationship is a very complex structure, so therefore it sort of detailed out what that structure should be. All right, let's see what GPT-4 says. Here is refined version of your prompt. Okay,
Hmm.
so generate objects. Look, and it formats it.
Yeah,
It also does the same thing with the relationship. It
related
specifies
to
how to do the relationship.
the
Uh,
necessary contains single
wait.
user instance.
Location, occupation. I forgot to check that.
It, it makes minstrel?
Did I don't think Minstrel mentioned occupation, did it?
Oh, it didn't. Was it in our original prompt?
Well, it's in
Oh,
here.
it's in that thing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's in like
Cool.
the ensure that the data, yeah.
I see. I see.
Uh,
Be creative with occupations. And sure.
Look, and it adds a privacy note,
Hmm.
and it emphasizes. It wrote this a little differently, but oh, and then it specified what the format should be.
Hmm. But
Hmm.
I see that it, like how, we were giving things its shape like explicitly, but the the prompts recommended here are kind of like a list of attributes, like what it should look like, in English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would you say is better?
I don't know, they're about the same to me, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
agree. Let's give it a
Yeah,
tie. Let's copy and paste. Let's copy and paste them and try out the prompts
yeah,
that they
yeah,
suggested.
yeah.
Okay, so here is the end of the prompt. And then before I close this. I need to copy paste the other one. Hold on. Got too many scrolls. Too many scrolls. Okay. Here is the 5%. And this is the second prompt. Or actually, this is the first prompt. I will put this here. All right. Should we try the? That's a question. Can we see how these LLMs recommend prompts do their generated results? Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna put this in. We're going to put the first one in and see how does it actually do with the prompt that it suggested. All right,
Going
I
adult
got lots of
family again.
the Doe family.
Yeah.
The Doe family is super popular with Minstrel
It's true.
Minstrel
Yeah.
Large. It really
Mm-hmm.
likes Minstrel really likes Doe,
Yes.
but it's still going though, so this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did say 10 families, so I don't think any of them actually were able to generate 10 families because it is a lot.
Yeah.
But Minstrel's still going. GPT-4 is still going as well.
Yeah.
So
Firefighter.
maybe they're actually gonna. It's a retired firefighter. Did it actually generate 10? Okay, let's take a look. This is a large JSON object. Wow. I
I don't
did
know.
in our prompting, did we ever get it to generate this
Ben.
many? I don't know. I don't
Um,
remember. Anyways, okay, so we got John Doe, Jane Doe. Jane is the child to John. Okay. So yeah, so here's the relationship object. So that's good. Bob Smith is just retired. Oh, is a parent to Ella Smith.
mhm.
Okay, and that's it. Charlie Johnson, parent to Matt Johnson. Okay, is it just gonna do one parent? Oh, it's just gonna repeat one parent or child, huh?
Oh, is it because is it constrained by the relationship dictionary that type? So you're only allowed to have, one, you know, one edge or something, one relationship. So then that kind of makes it only you can only have two nodes in the family. Uh,
But where is that?
that's
Where
right.
is that? Where is that? It's not
I,
in here.
maybe it implies that because our in our prompt we're like, oh, okay, this relationship must be a dictionary with related type to and the relationship type, right? It's not an array. So if it were an array, you would be able to house family of two people, because a
Hmm.
family of three people, because you could have like two relationships going.
I see.
Um,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't
This prompt here only says that the relationship is an object describing the person's relationship to another object in the data set. It's just singular, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't. It does not multiple. Not
Multiple
multiple
families, like
relation.
complicated families. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
Okay.
need to, yeah, it's not an object, it's an array. It becomes an array of objects. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what GPT-4 is able to do. So GPT-4 gives us John Smith, partner to Jane Smith. Okay. That's fine. Well, okay, so this is how it does it.
Oh, oh, that's how it does it. Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, so GPT-4 does this.
It doesn't do the parent then. Wait, right? The John and Jane Smith didn't
Oh
have,
yeah. They didn't do the
they missed
child
that.
basically. They missed the child here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's interesting
Okay.
treatment though. Right, yeah.
And then we have Michael Smith, who's just the parent of John Smith. And then I think this is a new family, Johnson. So we have Elizabeth and Oliver, who so Elizabeth and Oliver are siblings, but then Oliver has a partner. But yeah, but it misses the other relationship. But I think you're right though. It only creates one relationship type,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't
Because yeah,
create
it's like constrained. Yeah.
yeah, and it
It
doesn't create the
just
other ones. And this is
yeah.
how it sort of hacks it when there's multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a single family. Oh no 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 oh no here we go.
Yeah, Tanaka, yes. I would like the diversity. It still has this diversity. I feel the diversity in
Yeah and the
GPT.
names yeah.
Yeah, in yeah.
Right, but yeah, I think you're right though. The relationship object is not clear.
Mhm.
Yeah, and at least it created a lot of families here. So what, let me count: one, two, three, four, five, six.
Seven,
Wait, is this the same? Yeah, six,
Johnson, seven.
seven, seven. It didn't create 10, but it almost got 10. Uh,
Yeah,
so. Hmm.
yeah. I still enjoyed, the results of our first prompt the
Uh,
most. And um
which one?
the generator prompt the most where it has like really complicated stuff going on.
This one. This prompt.
Yeah, yeah, where it's not about, JSON format. It's just like, yeah, like a list of
Mm-hmm.
things like with families. I like that this one. So I guess if I were to do it, I would still, do this one, and then my second step is like extract it to JSON or something like
Mm.
as
Oh,
a
okay.
second step. Yeah,
Right. Oh, so you think you would just take this one?
as is.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna copy and paste this one. Take this one and just maybe add in
step one. Giant prompt. Step one.
no where's the I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna copy and paste this and paste this at the very bottom here. So like you would just do the same exact prompt, but then tell it to output the format should be in JSON. Is that
Yeah, or
what you're saying?
I don't know. I would say step two, I'll put in JSON. I wouldn't do it all in one step. I guess maybe it just feels like ever since we worked with JSON, it started to like we have problem with structure, specifying a good structure. But perhaps it's more of a problem with our prompt. Hmm.
Well, we can give this a try. Let's just do one more try. I think we're out of time, but let's give this.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a tie. We'll just.
Mhm.
But I hear what you're saying, right? Like this prompt was really good, so like it just wasn't in a good format. So let's see if we can get it better. Oh no! Why did it do this again?
Oh, oh,
Minstrel. Minstrel failed us again.
yeah, so on.
Yeah. I actually posted about this exact thing in the Minstrel Discord. Um,
Uh-huh.
we'll see if they do anything about it.
Yeah,
All right. Oh, GPT-4 is still going.
yeah, yeah.
It's a family number 7. You think it's actually gonna make 10 families?
Oh, promising. Yvonne Petrov.
Family 8, family 9. It ran out of
It's
tokens. Oh no, it's just lagging. Let's see if it
oh,
goes.
oh,
It did.
it did.
I think it just ran out of
Everyone,
tokens. I
Yeah.
think it would if it if we allowed it to, if it weren't for this token limit, I think it would yeah, it would still go. Okay.
So
So
yeah, yeah. It doesn't have the related to, but so I guess the reference would be to the first person uh of each
yeah.
family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not.
Oh, and
But maybe it
oh,
has to do with the family. This is the parents, right?
this
It's
is
more
yeah.
like actually
Yeah, yeah.
not
This is
reference to anybody. It's just describing the yeah.
yeah, the family.
Which is also valid, you know? It
Mhm.
doesn't have to be reference to somebody, it's just within the family. Yeah.
Hmm.
Of course, you sort of like, okay, well, in a complicated family, how do you describe that child, right? Yeah. Child two,
Yeah.
child three. Like parent,
But yeah,
child, spouse. Wait, spouse of whom? Oh, spouse of the former?
I I think this is spouse of the child here.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the age range, I think that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
child of this.
right.
So, but you're right though. Like the relationship type, like is not good because it doesn't have the object. Like the
Mm-hmm. Reference point.
yeah,
Like sometimes it seems to make sense, but then they're like, oh no. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. But I guess the biggest takeaway here is that like, we can ask LLM to like improve our prompts, and we can ask it, and then we can take things. We just got to do a lot of copy and pasting ourselves to be like, okay, this was good, but we also need the relationship enhancement that the other prompt, like, when we did the whole like, hey, write me a better prompt,
Yeah.
it like
Yeah.
enhanced the relationship object because of that, right? So like we would have to
Mm-hmm.
like copy and paste that into here to get the better relationship object, and now you have like a really really well well thought out prompt with like all the details.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's really interesting. You can ask LLMs to help you write better prompts. Works out very well.
Yeah. No, it does. Very, very good.
So
Very diverse. I feel like it's just like I remember we spent a lot of time, right, trying to get realistic. But the GPT-4 did create some pretty good ones, right?
yeah,
GPT-4.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, well, GPT-4 is pretty much like the best of the best right now. So like we
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be too surprised that it was able to outperform everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Mistral Large is almost there. It's catching up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, and it doesn't. Mistral Large, or sorry, Mistral the company doesn't claim that it's better than GPT-4. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
all right, cool. All right. So I
Cool.
think that's it then.
All right.
We'll see you guys on Friday. We'll see what we got next.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks, folks. Bye.
All right.